Well, good day, YouTube, and welcome to another episode of the Albino Rhino Beer Review. I'm trying something different. You're very far away from me today. Very far away. But we have our nice new table. So, we had a workbench come back to work where all the metal was broken. And this workbench top was basically butcher board. And it was separating all over the place and all that. And I'm like, well, we can't sell it at all. We can put the metal in the metal bin. I'm more than happy to make this disappear. I have something I can do with it. And yeah, put some glue on it. Use some clamps, held it all together. Then we used a hand plane, planed all the glue out, burnt it, and used 4 coats of polyurethane and some, you don't see them, but I used gas piping and gas piping fittings for the legs. As most of you know, when I used to do a lot of woodworking, gas pipe was my favorite leg system out there. Gas pipe got so much more expensive now, to the point that I didn't buy the usual gas piping I bought. I actually bought the somewhat fake gas piping that is used more for furniture than for actual gas pipe. I used to use the actual gas pipe because it had good strength to it and everything else. But the prices have gone insane on them. And you know, with all this talk of tariffs and everything else, the prices are just going to keep going up. Now, I don't know how well this looks, but I thought, hey, let's give it a shot, right? I am sitting up a little higher than I would normally be. I should probably be like down on the next step, but it's just not the way it happened today. Just not the way it happened today. And we are drinking a beer from Germany. We are drinking from Brewery Veltins. We're drinking their Veltins Pilsner. Now, does have some information over here on the Untapped. 4.8% alcohol. I thought it said 4.3 on this. Where is it? Right over here. Oh no, I just read it wrong. It says 4.8. Okay. We're looking at exactly 500 milliliters, or a US pint, Canadian pint, that type of stuff. 21 people on my Untapped friends list has tapped this in with ratings and given it a 3.16 out of 5. 155,000 people have tapped this in with ratings, and it has a 3.18 out of 5. Brewery Veltins is in Meschede, Nordrhein, Westfalen, Germany. One of the finest examples of German Pilsner. Veltins Pilsner is brewed using natural spring water from its own mountain. It has a delicate, dry, and clean palate, fine carbonated body, slight bitterness, and a light citrus finish. Brewed in Sauerland near Dortmund to the German purity law of 1516. Voted world's best Pilsner in 2007's World Beer Awards. Just seeing quickly which one of my friends' list have had it. They're all hovering around the 3.25 to the 3.5 range. One guy who's in Europe, in the 2.5 range. Most of the North Americans seem to like it a lot more. And all the Europeans I have on my list seem to have liked it less. So that kind of makes me curious about how true to the style it really is. But hey, the description makes me kind of excited. It really does. Let's get into this. Let's see what we got. Maybe I'll try and move this table a little bit for the next video and get down on the next step. Because this is all just playing right now, right? We're just seeing what works, what doesn't work. I haven't even seen it in the cup yet, but it looks like it has a little bit of haze to it, which, I mean, Pilsners usually don't have any haze to it. Kolsch's do. Keller beers do. Apparently, I did not rinse this cup as well as I thought I did last time I washed it, because we're getting the cling, guys. We're getting the cling. I do have hard water in Regina. However, I have come up with a way that I usually don't get the cling, and I guess I missed it on this cup. But the cling is now over. It wasn't soap particles. It would have just been hard water because the head didn't vanish. If it had been soap particles, it would have ate that head up rather quickly. But the deposits from the hard water did show. It is clear. I don't think I could say crystal clear because I can't see the camera from here, but I can see my hand easily enough. Bright white head, nice snap, crackle, pop. Other than the fact that it's so... Well, other than the fact that it has any haze to it, it looks the part of a Pilsner. It looks like it should look. Now, I'm actually surprised this is the first time I've seen this beer, because lagers were all the rage in Ontario, and Pilsners are all the rage here in Saskatchewan. So, ooh, it's raised. Oh, and look, even this stuff, like the writing, they make it look like it's in like a metal, like they took like a VIN plate and put it on. And it also has texture. That's really cool. Do they have a crown on this? Who? Oh, it's not ball or crown. Who canned this? I don't know that symbol. Well, it's European, so it's makes sense that there would be another cannery. Just even a lot of European beers I see come over are crown canning. So, we're all poured. Well, we're not all poured, but we're poured enough. Let's give her a sniff from the can first. I mean, you're looking at a Pilsner. What do you want out of it, right? A little bit of cut grass. Cut grass tinniness. Cut grass tinniness, a touch of bubble gum, like O-Peachy bubble gum. So along the Bazooka Joe line, but more powdery. Yeah, tinny, cut grass, bubble gum. It smells kind of like I expected it to. However, I did expect it, saying it was mountain spring water. I did expect a little more of a somewhat sulfuric scent. I was expecting somewhat of a calcified type of thing. I was expecting a lot of calcium or sulfuric smell to be in that. But who knows once we get to the glass. You know, just tinny and cut grass. Okay. Cheers, let's try it. Oh, that's clean. Oh, that's clean. I mean, I don't think I expected it to be that clean. I quite enjoy that. That is, that's something different. That really is. It's good. Cut grass. A bready biscuitiness. Little tiny touch of spice. I would not say off of that sip I had that I got any citrus like they claim. But that's okay. Everybody's going to get something different. That's perfectly natural. Let's try it again. I think, and keeping in mind, I drink my beer warm. Most people will drink their beer cold. If there's an off flavor, you're going to taste it when it's warm. And if it's really an off flavor, you're going to taste it when it's cold too, but it's harder. It's harder to pick up. The reason you get beer served so cold is so that it doesn't have a lot of flavor. So, for things like this, you expect there to be a more harsh flavor when it's room temperature, because Pilsners still can have undesirable for some people flavors when they're cold. But, oh, excuse me. That was a great beer. I mean, if you're looking for a Pilsner, you can't ask for much more than what I'm getting off of this. It has a nice maltiness. It has a little bit of cut grass. It has a little bit of spiciness. It does come off with a little bit of tinniness, though I would suspect that's more from the water. The carbonation is nice. It's not overpowering. The head has staying appeal. Like, there's still head in there. This is a great beer. I really enjoy this beer. For the people that were giving it like a 2 and under, I know that everybody's flavor palettes are different. I get that. But I'm suspecting you're drinking your beer cold, and there's no off flavors this way. How? I would just love to have a conversation. Like, why? Why did you give it a 2.75? Is it you just don't like Pils? Because I remember I used to give a lot of Pilsners around a 5. And I would say straight up, I'm giving this a 5. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just not really my thing. I prefer XYZ beers. And I mean, if that's the case, you prefer XYZ, that's perfectly understandable. I can't. Some of the guys that I saw giving it low numbers, I know some of the stuff they really enjoy. And this is really no different than some of the stuff they really enjoy. So I'm just kind of perplexed with that. But that doesn't matter. Again, we're all allowed to think what we want about a beer. I'm going to give this one a good mark. You don't have to like it. I personally do. Out of 10 on the Veltins, I'm giving that an 8. If I see a single can of this again, I'm fucking buying it. And this was just a random find at a Sobeys liquor. No, this one was bought at Urban Cellars. Yeah, this was an Urban Cellars purchase. And it was just a random find. I was in a section I don't normally go to, and it was sitting there, and I'm like, I've never had that. Let's grab that. And I grabbed it, and I'm glad I did. I'll buy more of these if I see them. So Veltins Pilsner from Brewery Veltins in Germany. That's getting a 7.5 out of 10. That was a good beer. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.